Buying a Bugatti is only the opening scene. The real story begins when the invoices, logistics, and responsibility arrive. Bugatti's modern hypercars are hand-assembled in Molsheim, France, where performance is treated almost like high jewelry. The Chiron was limited to 500 units, with the final car, L'Ultime, completed in 2024. Bugatti described the Chiron as the first 1500 PS road-going car, built around extreme speed and controlled rarity. The W16 era made Bugatti legendary, but owning one means caring for machinery few technicians on Earth can properly service. Before delivery, owners often enter a world of personalization, where paint, leather, carbon fiber, stitching, and details become identity. At this level, paint is not cosmetic. It is part of the asset, the story, and the resale psychology. Delivery is theater, but it is also logistics: enclosed transport, insurance, inspection, storage, and a careful handover ritual. A Bugatti cannot be treated like a normal car. Storage alone becomes a controlled environment, not an afterthought. Humidity, battery health, tire condition, security, and fire protection all become part of ownership before the engine even starts. The first drive feels like freedom, but every mile adds wear to components engineered for extraordinary forces. A Bugatti can exceed ordinary road reality, which means owners must constantly choose restraint over temptation. Most owners will never use the full performance on public roads, yet they pay to maintain all of it. To explore the car safely, owners need private tracks, instructors, transport, tires, brakes, and specialized support. A routine service is not routine here. It requires trained technicians, special tools, parts access, and serious labor. Reported Chiron servicing has been described as extremely expensive, with specialist inspections and consumables far beyond ordinary supercars. Tires become a hidden tax on speed: expensive, specialized, age-sensitive, and critical to keeping the car safe. At Bugatti speeds, tire condition is not cosmetic. It is the thin line between engineering brilliance and disaster. Brakes must stop a car with aircraft-like performance, and that level of stopping power brings its own cost. Fuel is not the biggest bill, but it reminds owners how extreme combustion still defines the W16 experience. A casual road trip becomes planning. Road quality, fuel availability, secure parking, weather, insurance limits, and service access. The hidden truth is surprisingly ordinary. Speed bumps, curbs, ramps, potholes, and tight parking can become expensive threats. A Bugatti attracts cameras everywhere, turning simple arrivals into public moments that many owners never asked for. Privacy becomes difficult when the object you drive is rarer than many private jets and instantly recognizable. It is practical when a single car can be worth more than many houses. Insurance can depend on agreed value, location, driver profile, mileage, storage, transport, and how the car is used. Many owners transport their Bugatti enclosed, protecting mileage, tires, paint, weather exposure, and public attention. For global collectors, the car may move between countries, requiring customs, freight, insurance, and specialist handling. Cross-border ownership can turn a hypercar into paperwork: import rules, taxes, temporary permits, registration, and compliance. Depending on country and state, registration, taxes, emissions rules, and road legality can become surprisingly complicated. The key may feel like freedom, but it opens a world of maintenance calendars, storage rules, and financial discipline. Bugatti's Sur Mesure program turns customer vision into personalized automotive art, making specification part of the car's story. Inside, the ownership experience becomes deeply personal: leather, stitching, trim, color, and every touchpoint chosen with intent. The new Tourbillon even takes its name from high watchmaking, showing how Bugatti blends speed with mechanical luxury. Bugatti says the Tourbillon uses a naturally aspirated 8.3-liter V16 with hybrid assistance and is limited to 250 units. The W16 Mistral was limited to 99 examples, priced at €5 million net, and sold out quickly. Limited production changes psychology. Owners are not only buying performance, they are buying a place in automotive history. Resale can be powerful, but value depends on specification, mileage, condition, provenance, market timing, and collector taste. Bugatti owners face a strange conflict: drive the car as intended, or preserve mileage like a museum object. Even parked, it still ages. Tires, fluids, batteries, seals, and software do not pause because the car is valuable. Small routines matter: battery conditioning, fluid checks, tire pressure, climate control, and regular inspection keep the car ready. Modern Bugattis are mechanical masterpieces, but diagnostics, sensors, updates, and electronic systems are part of the ownership reality. Rare cars require rare parts, and waiting for the correct component can make ownership slow, expensive, and frustrating. A small scrape on carbon fiber can become a serious repair, especially when the part is rare and structurally precise. Many owners invest in protection film, ceramic coating, and detailing because prevention is cheaper than repainting perfection. Detailing a Bugatti is less like washing a car and more like preparing a sculpture for exhibition. For collectors, events become part of ownership: concours lawns, private rallies, brand gatherings, and social credibility. The most memorable drives often happen on curated rallies, where logistics protect both the experience and the machines. On the right road, a Bugatti feels like engineering art in motion, but that moment is carefully arranged. Owners may avoid rain, gravel, poor roads, construction zones, and harsh weather, limiting when the car can truly be used. In city traffic, a multi-million-dollar hypercar can feel trapped, admired, overheated, and completely out of its element. Machines designed for extreme performance still have to survive idle traffic, heat cycles, cooling demands, and stop-start driving. Width, clearance, turning radius, and visibility can make ordinary parking garages feel like financial obstacle courses. Parking is not just convenience, it is risk management against doors, crowds, cameras, theft, and careless movement. It is a chain: storage, service, tires, insurance, transport, detailing, security, and depreciation risk. Bugatti ownership is also about belonging to a lineage that began with Ettore Bugatti in Molsheim in 1909. The modern cars carry the weight of Grand Prix victories, French craftsmanship, and one of motoring's most romantic names. That badge is tiny, but it carries history, scarcity, engineering ambition, and the expectations of the world's richest collectors. At this level, purchase access can matter as much as money. Not every wealthy person gets the exact car they want. Limited production creates social hierarchy. Previous ownership, brand relationship, customization, timing, and trust can shape allocation. Factory delivery is more than pickup. It is a ceremony connecting the owner to Molsheim, heritage, and craftsmanship. Documentation matters. Service records, original specification, delivery history, mileage, and factory correspondence can influence future value. For serious collectors, the car is only part of the asset. The paper trail becomes part of the object. The fantasy is open road and limitless speed. The reality is controlled spaces, permissions, planning, and consequences. Top speed numbers make headlines, but reaching them safely requires facilities, preparation, tires, engineers, and perfect conditions. Speed is the selling dream, but responsibility is the ownership truth. One mistake can be catastrophically expensive. Every hard acceleration asks another system to answer: brakes, cooling, tires, transmission, suspension, and driver judgment. After intense driving, inspection becomes essential. Heat is invisible until it becomes damage. Even the interior demands care. Leather, stitching, metal, screens, and surfaces must be preserved like luxury furniture. Many owners avoid handing keys to ordinary valets because trust becomes difficult when the car is irreplaceable. A tiny stone chip can feel absurdly large when the car is rare, personalized, and worth millions. Repairing a Bugatti is not simply fixing damage. It is preserving specification, structure, finish, and future provenance. Many Bugattis live among collections, surrounded by other rare machines, professional storage, and dedicated caretakers. When a car becomes an asset of this scale, caretakers may manage it like art, aircraft, or a yacht. The public sees the mansion driveway photo. The owner sees service schedules, transport bookings, tire dates, and risk. A Bugatti often exists in the same world as superyachts, private jets, penthouses, and private banking relationships. For some owners, the car is passion. For others, it is also portfolio, reputation, access, and cultural capital. The car communicates before the owner speaks, which is exactly why some people want it and others avoid the attention. True wealth sometimes means not showing the car at all, because rarity can be protected through absence. As Bugatti enters the Tourbillon era, W16 cars may become emotionally significant as the end of a combustion chapter. The W16 was not merely an engine, it was a statement that excess could still be engineered beautifully. The future will still be exclusive, but the technical language is changing from pure combustion to hybrid performance art. Owners rarely talk about the anxiety, where to park, who to trust, when to drive, and what damage might cost. And yet, when everything aligns, road, weather, machine, and nerve, the experience can feel almost unreal. That is the paradox. The car is expensive because of numbers, but unforgettable because of feeling. The hidden truth is simple. Owning a Bugatti means buying an ecosystem, not just a car. It is sculpture, weapon, machine, investment, social signal, and responsibility compressed into one impossible object. Even when the key is locked away, ownership continues through storage, security, service, and market value. From outside, it looks like ultimate privilege. From inside, it is a constant negotiation with perfection. Owning a Bugatti is not just possessing speed, it is accepting the cost of keeping perfection alive.